On Citizen X.
You are Higamora, and you who is watching us from home, within and outside the country. And today we're not going to take a look at the conventional news making headlines on the world of social media and the blogosphere, but focus on a person of interest, a person who has trended a better part of last week through this week for all the right reasons. And who am I talking about? I'm talking about Dr. Purity Muthoni Ngina. At the age of 28, she has a PhD in biomathematics. Whoa. Speechless. Karibu sana daktari to our studios. And the first question that everybody is probably asking out there is, what did you do so special to ensure that at the age of 28 you have this particular degree?
Thank you for having me. I'm excited. First, let me say that I worked hard throughout my studies, especially from the university, because I wanted to get the scholarships. So it is for sure a lot of hard work, support from the university, from my mentors, Dr. Rachel Mbogo, allow me to mention, and Professor Livingston Lubobi. They really helped me to get this PhD.
All right, and when we talked the other time, that is, you told me that your first stab at KCPE, you got 235 marks.
That's true.
And today you are a graduate, PhD graduate, just at the age of 28. And somebody somewhere who has actually taken a look at the story that we wrote on www.daily.co.ke about you is that you have a very rich academic history in terms of you got a B+ in KCSE, you went and got a first class in undergraduate, and now you have a PhD. What really happened around that particular time when you got 235 marks? Because that is so unlike you.
Let me say that was the marks I could get at the time. Well, for sure I was IDEC 08, so I was a good student. And getting to 35 for me was better, only that my mom mentioned that I failed. Then I realized for sure I can't join the high school with those marks. So she insisted I repeat. So let me say that by that time, probably I had not discovered my potential. And having now been told to repeat, my mom said, I don't like failures, and you my daughter, you have to pass. And that's how I started now working hard, and she really motivated me and encouraged me. She believed in me.
All right, and talking about mom, and somebody out there might be asking, okay, what is your family background? Can you share with us you growing up, a brief history, or rather a story of you growing up and family to the extent that you deem to be comfortable?
I was born in Nyeri County, in a small village called Birere. It was a small settlement starting from 1991. And then I went to Birere Primary School, which is still in that village for my from class 1 to class 8. Then I joined to Motomo Girls. Growing up in the village was fun. I really miss village life because you interact with people. You play, you have a life, you can visit. It's not like Nairobi where people really don't interact much. So life was good. I was the last born in a family of 2. I have a brother. And then last year my mom passed on. So it was very devastating, but we thank God. I believe she's resting. And so that's basically my background.
All right, and talking about last year, her mom passing on, there is a video that she actually, okay, I'm told that we'll have that particular video later. And now on to your PhD. Your project was founded, or rather based on the subject, a relationship between mathematics and HIV. Kindly tell us, why did you opt for that kind of a subject, and expound on that particular project that you embarked on?
Thank you. What we do in biomathematics, you analyze biological processes using mathematical tools such as differentials, numerical analysis, various programming languages we have. You can use Mapo, MATLAB, and so on. So for me, I had so many diseases I could pick. I could pick cancer, I could pick typhoid, malaria, and so on. But HIV, I felt, is a disease that even if you're not infected, you are affected. And so I really felt in me that this is the subject I needed to read more. Since the onset, it was recorded in the first time, I think, in 1983. And even now, we're still having people getting infected and people still dying. So my area was actually to see the relationship between the various kind of drugs we have and how they can be effective in reducing the number of virions in the body. So basically, I was working in-host. In-host means not in a population level, it's inside the body. First, you analyze the cell. How do they interact with the virus? How are they reduced? Now, their maths comes in because we have rate of change. And then again, you do optimization. Optimization is when you see the best practice. You bring in controls. And for me, the controls that I was using are the various ARTs or the drugs that are in the market that are used to increase the life expectancy of the infected people.
Wow, a lot of mathematical and scientific jargons right there. And what is your key finding from your project?
From my project, first is that I was analyzing 3 drugs. One is a fusion inhibitor, a reverse transcriptive inhibitors, and protease inhibitor. Protease inhibitor for me, I found is the best drug, and this is a drug that is used to prevent the number of virions released back to the system by ensuring that they don't go to maturity. They are non-infectious, they are defective. So when this drug is effective, it's going to reduce the number of virions released, and by default, it's going to reduce the number of CD4 cells that are going to be infected by the virus, because the virus released cannot infect. They are not mature. And for sure, it agrees with the current state of what the National AIDS Council is actually creating awareness. Treat and test. If you get HIV, irrespective of your CD4 cells, start treatment. Start treatment.
I love the passion and the knowledge that you're oozing, and I know that you, for sure, being a lecturer at Strathmore University, you are oozing this knowledge and passion to your students. And most of the time, you are actually, all right, I'm being told that President Uhuru Kenyatta is addressing the nation from State House, and I'll hand you back to Ahiga Moura. Okay, let us go direct to State House. I'm told that the President has already started his address.
This is a swearing-in ceremony